Would you give us some of the most important health goals for the American public?
Probably the most important ones are not smoking, getting enough physical exercise, and trying to achieve your ideal body weight. In fact, obesity has now replaced smoking as the #1 cause of preventable death in America. So our major health goal as a nation has to be getting our weight under control.
Shouldn't there be a great deal more information on what causes obesity, what it can do to your body, the impact that it has on every part of what you do? And as long as it's growing in an endemic kind of way, how do you suggest we might be able to attack that and educate people and helpfully lower it?
Wow, that's a big question. You know, it is a multifactorial issue. On an individual basis, there are certain key steps that people can take to help them lose weight. And one of the most important steps they can take is to get their blood sugar levels under control. What we have found, Dr. Michael Lyon and I, is that when people are on what we call the blood sugar roller coaster, it becomes virtually impossible for them to control their appetite. And that's the real problem leading to this epidemic. 8 out of 10 Americans over the age of 25 are overweight or are obese. And the reason is that when we overconsume calories, it leads to increase in abdominal fat. And these abdominal fat cells collectively start acting like a tumor. And what does a tumor want to do? It wants to grow. So how do these fat cells grow? They grow by secreting compounds that block the action of insulin. Insulin is a hormone that unlocks channels that allows glucose and other nutrients to enter into the cell. But when you develop insulin resistance because of these compounds being secreted by the fat cells, inside of our cells become virtually nutrient deficient. So our brain cells, they get the message that they're starving, because they are starving. There's a nutrient deficiency within the center of these cells. So then they start sending out signals for people to eat, and they tend to promote eating foods that are going to quickly raise our blood sugar levels, and that is counterproductive. So learning to eat in a way to help stabilize blood sugar levels is the most important health goal and dietary goal in America, because it's so important in addressing the underlying core issues of obesity, type 2 diabetes, and the metabolic syndrome.
It used to be an adult problem. It's really become pretty big in kids, hasn't it, today?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's going to be alarming. You know, we've seen the obesity rate increase dramatically in adults, but it's even higher in children. And it's amazing. I have children, and I was looking at my son's class picture a couple years ago, and I couldn't believe how big the kids were. And he wanted to see my class picture when I was in 4th grade. So I showed him my 4th grade class picture. And what was interesting, Lyle, was that the kid that we called the fat kid, he would not, you'd maybe call him a bit stocky by today's standards, but he wasn't fat by today's standards. That was very interesting for me to see that. So yeah, things have changed dramatically, and it's really sad, and we have to help these kids make changes in their diet, lifestyle, and get them going on a route that's going to help them sustain their ideal body weight for the rest of their lives.
Doesn't that mean that the parents should also become monitors of where the kids are eating and what they're eating? I mean, they claim that every family eats at least 2 or 3 or maybe 5 fast food meals from McDonald's or wherever it is a month or a day or a week. I'm not sure, but that must really contribute to this too.
Absolutely, and like I said, it's a multifactorial issue, and the portion sizes that we have today are much greater than they were, 10, 20 years ago. And even what are now considered kid sizes, many of those were adult sizes not too long ago. So yeah, we have to make changes.
So really, today is the first day of the rest of your life in the life of the people that you love and take care of, and you need to start now.
Very important statement, because most people don't realize how important their health is until it's at stake, and we don't recognize how precarious our health is when we're carrying around that extra weight.
Thank you.
Thank you.